Hi everyone, it's Hayden from the Pop Culture Gamer podcast here, and this is the one I've been working my way up to. It literally arrived, well, less than an hour ago. I've only just snipped the sellotape away. What's in here is what I've been waiting for, well, since February, since I ordered it. And it is the top of the line Steam Deck. It's the £569 version of the Steam Deck, available only from the Valve Corporation through the Steam store. And it's absolutely fantastic. This, I got my email to order this or to pay for my purchase on Monday and paid for it, and it's arrived and it's Saturday. So I think that that's quite good. It's come from the Netherlands and it was delivered by courier on a Saturday. Can't really complain. It came into the country yesterday. Obviously we've had all of the Queen's death, to Her Majesty, with greatest of respects. So, you know, there's been all sorts of things going on in this country. I don't know if that's had any impact, probably not, but nevertheless, this is a Steam Deck. Let's have a look and see what's inside. Like I said, I've not opened this. My son had a quick sneak peek and then shut the lid quickly when he realised there wasn't a box in here. So here it is. So, lots of writing on the box, and immediately we've got this great big attention saying plug it in, power it on, with instructions, very obviously visually graphic ways of doing that. And then obviously this is showing you about what the button layout will be on screen on the Steam Deck as well, and I presume that's about the size that it is as well. There's obviously down here there is a QR code which will no doubt provide more instructions as well, but that's that packaging. So only two sides of this. I'm going to go for the easiest bit first off, if I can get it out, and this I'm sure will be the charger for the device. Like I said, I have not opened this at all, as you can see. So the charger is quite beefy, as we would expect. This is a computer at the end of the day. Quite a powerful computer. It's got an English plug on. It is USB-C. There is in here nothing other than this little booklet, and this is the health and safety and maintenance manual for it, which let's face it, who's going to read that? And that's going to go back in that box, and I will probably never touch it again for the rest of my life. So I'll put that back in there. So I've got my charger. Now here's the big thing itself. Look at this. So let's get rid of the box. And there we have it. That's a Steam Deck as it comes packaged. So there is no outer box. It's literally just in a box. There is literally just that outer box, and then it comes with a box for the charger unit, and then the actual unit itself, which this is heavy. This actually does feel very, very weighty. This is the £569 version, so this is the one with the 512GB internal NVMe. It also has a better shell, so this is a more rugged shell, I believe, than the normal version, and some extra sort of things like different colours on your keyboard or something or other like that, some sort of overlay. So let's open this. Pull that out of there. Dispose of that. And here we have it. So let's have a look. On the back, just says requires a Wi-Fi connection. What a surprise. I never really thought it wouldn't work without that. Obviously got this little valve security tag on here, which you will need to break in order to be able to open it. That's a shame, because I would have liked to have quite liked that to have been on the handle, on here. That, I think that would have looked a little bit better. So I'll need to get something to cut that with. So first off, let's just cut this tag. Such a shame, but nevertheless done. Quite a nice little tag. So that's your security tag to say that you've actually opened it. This has a handle on there, if you can see that. Let's open this up. There we have it, the Steam Deck. That looks absolutely lovely. Pristine, beautiful. So, as a unit, that is quite heavy. As a comparator, here is my Nintendo Switch. That's quite a difference. The outer part of the screen is the same size as the full screen on this, but obviously deeper. It's a much bigger screen all the way along, because it's got this bevel around the edge, whereas obviously this Steam Deck it still has a bevel, so we'll see how much that is. But wow, that looks really nice. These obviously trackpads, I think this will be very similar to using one of the Steam controllers, if you've ever played with one of those. I've got one, don't really use it that much, to be honest. Nice feel to the D-pad, the buttons. I feel really comfortable where they are, actually. That's going to take a bit of getting used to. Those feel a little bit further over. You got your Steam button, you've got these buttons here. You've got obviously your power on and off, ventilation, that'll be your power in. You've got your volume on there, you've got your right 1 and 2, left 1 and 2 buttons, and then you've also got the right 4 and 5 and left 4 and 5. So presumably L1, L2, L4, L5. So presumably L3 will be a click. So beautiful, absolutely beautiful piece of kit. Really, it feels really substantial. There, obviously, you've got the Valve branding on screen. It's full of these little screwdrivers, Phillips head screwdrivers, which obviously allows you to be quite the way it's been designed. You can customize these quite a bit. I've seen people with different sort of grips and cases and decals and all sorts, but also internally upgrading, so you can upgrade like the joystick sticks themselves. You can upgrade the internal hard drive. There is an SSD slot on the, not an SSD, a micro SD card on the back, and obviously ventilation on there as well. Evidently these things can get quite hot, so that's something to keep in mind. So let's plug this in. Okay, and let's switch it on. So let's go through the setup for this. we'll just put in the password. Okay, so we're at the point now where we sign in with our normal account. Obviously, if you've got Steam Guard enabled, then you do need to be able to have access to your two-factor identification, so use your Steam mobile app. So let's have a look at the library. I do have a lot of games. I've got over 1400, but you can see immediately it's picked out all of the ones that it considers to be great on Steam right from the off, and then all I will need to do is just install these and play these as I want to. You can see also your whole library in there. As you can see, I've got 1525, no games installed, no favourites. Let's have a look at collections, what this is all about. So these are the collections that I've obviously set up. So I've got a load of, like, for example, Star Wars games there, Steam Deck games, Tomb Raider as well. So there's lots of different things, you know, that you can do. Great on Steam Deck, and that's it. So that's the Steam Deck, folks. Hope you really enjoyed that. Don't forget, there is also this wonderful case. This is really quite rugged. The only thing I would note, and I was told this by one of my listeners, Terry, and thanks for this tip, Terry, because it is really good to know, is the fact that there is nowhere to put an SD card. Surely a little pocket for an SD card would have been a good idea. There is, however, this weird bit at the back, a sock for presumably the power supply, which is tacked away behind this bit. That feels a bit precarious to me, but you know, I'm sure it'll work. I'm sure that they've set it up correctly so that that's not going to be an issue. But good way of storing it as well, I suppose. Keeps it all together and nice and tidy, as it were. But yeah, there it is. That's a Steam Deck, and that's a Steam Deck case. So hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next Pop Culture Gamers podcast.